Hello and welcome to our podcast, The Mystic Sisters, with me, Sarah, and with Kerry. And each week we talk about magical and spiritual topics. Today we're going to be talking about ascension and manifestation, because this month we've had the 1111 portal, which is a powerful portal for manifestation. And as we're going into the new year as well, the new year 2024, we're going to be talking about how to work with manifestation energies, and also how to deal with ascension symptoms if you are feeling symptoms of the ascension process, and how you can deal with these symptoms. So Kelly's going to talk to us now about the 1111 portal and the ascension energies.
This year, the 1111 portal, it was a very healing portal and then manifestation. One of the most amazing things about this 1111 portal is in numerology, when you break it down and you take 11/11/2023, you get the number 11. So literally, this was the most healing and powerful portal that we've had in years. So it really broke down to 11/11/11. It was a very powerful day to heal and manifest. And not only that, it was an empowering energy that came through, like to be independent, to take back your power. Divine feminine energy came through very strong to me. That's what was coming through to heal as well. No matter if you're a man or woman, it's the divine energy that has been suppressed. And that was really coming through to me. And so it would have been a great day for you to try to heal and manifest, and to get onto a new timeline as well. So if you were able to do it on that day, that's great. But these energies are still going to be really powerful to the end of this month. And there's ways to still tap into it. There's music you can listen to, like 1111 frequency, 1111 HZ, 11 HZ, even 111 HZ has those frequencies to help you to tap in to heal that. You can watch different 1111 activations. There's different meditations you can do, even if you were to just envision yourself getting onto a new timeline. But it is the new earth energy that's coming through, and the ascension energy is coming through as well. And that was a powerful day to tap into those energies. And when I tapped into them that day, I felt very grounded and peaceful on that day. And I feel that it's a very powerful time now. And I feel that split that's coming through with the parallel reality, how it's going to be pretty much us that are ascending versus the people that choose not to ascend. And we're getting into this place now on earth where we're not going to be able to communicate or talk to people really that are not ascending. Lower level energies are not going to be able to reach us. And I'm literally seeing in my life since this 1111 portal, I'm noticing different things. I've noticed I can't communicate with certain people that are on a negative wavelength or choosing not to ascend. We're not going to be able to communicate with them. And it's because of the different frequencies, because we're ascending and other people are not. I noticed other things that were coming up from this ascension energy. I noticed that my vision was changing. I feel like it was getting better in some ways. My hearing, my senses all together. I'm noticing a lot of changes. I'm noticing around that time it was a disturbance of sleep, waking up at different times. I'm going to the bathroom a lot, but that's this divine energy. It's working on my lower chakras. What it's doing, if you're having that experience, it's really cleansing us, and especially from negative energies from different partners we've had. So if you're going to the bathroom a lot, it's really clearing you out from other people's energy. it's working on our lower chakras, especially our sacral chakra as well. And it's cleansing out those energies. And we're really going through this like purging process right now. And it really, the funny thing is, so many people talk about the 1111 portal with these twin flames coming through. I didn't feel that at all. And I'm starting to feel now that there's a lot out there, and I'm seeing a lot out there of they're throwing this thing out there in the spiritual community. Some people are just trying to say that, you know, the way to ascend is to get with your twin flame, and that's a lie. You can ascend on your own. You don't need your twin flame. In fact, you don't even have to accept your twin flame, you know, especially if they don't ascend. That's not the goal. That's not the journey of ascension. Ascension, anyways, the only way that you can ascend is on your own. You have to be healed and ascend first. You know, you have to ascend in order to meet somebody anyways, like at that level. You have to be on this healing journey and ascend. Pretty much what I'm trying to say is the 1111 portal wasn't about anything like that coming together. It was more about you coming in alignment, you coming into healing, you healing yourself, and then manifesting. Those are like the biggest energies I got. And it's kind of sad out there when you look at some of these channels, or I've had people approach me like, if you pay this much money, we can help you with your twin flame. There's a lot of scams out there trying to scam people out of money. Sarah, what about that show you saw around that time?
There's a documentary out now, I think it's called Escaping Twin Flames, and where they basically using the concept of twin flames to manipulate people, to make people believe that they have to have a successful relationship with their twin flame in order to ascend, and they have to pay a lot of money in order to learn about their twin flame and ascend. And ascension is not about money. It's about the spiritual work that we do when we come here on earth. You may pay people money to learn more about healing, to learn more about spirituality, but if you're paying someone who's telling you that your ability to ascend is dependent on them, what you learn only from them, that's a cult. Yes, we may pay people, and we may go to courses where we learn about Reiki, other kinds of healing. We may learn about the spiritual concepts, how to work with energies, but the ability to ascend comes from us. It comes from the work that we're doing, through doing these processes, through healing ourselves, through the lessons that we learn on earth. It's not dependent on another person.
Exactly. And then it's just sad out there that there's so many people just trying to say that you have to be on this twin flame journey to ascend, or they're out there doing these tarot card readings daily, trying to get people hooked. And that's another addiction. That's being codependent, attached, and it's making you give your power away. You're not able to ascend if you do that. You're giving your power away.
There are some people online on YouTube, on TikTok, who are doing these daily readings where people are relying too much on them, because the readings are there for us to use our own intuition. We can really listen to other people's readings and use our own intuition to take what resonates with the reading. But when you get these people who do these constant readings, and they do it in a way that gets people hooked, and our spiritual journey is personal. We're meant to learn from others, take what resonates with us, but we're not meant to base our spirituality around another person. We're not meant to take everything they say as gospel.
Exactly. Yeah, and that's what they're making it out there. Like, there's these channels out there. They're doing, like you said, daily readings and everything, and they're making people hooked to where, okay, what is the divine and it's always targeted at the divine masculine, because they feel that, and they're right about it, the divine feminine energy is going to ascend first. before the divine masculine, but they're targeting the divine masculines and they're making them out to be, well, some of it's true, but you know, they're addicts, they're this, they're that. But then why watch it if you know pretty much on those first couple readings that they're lower level energy, then stop. But they're getting people, they're doing these daily readings to watch it, like this and the karmic. That's all you hear, the divine masculine and the karmic. And people are getting things confused too, because they're saying the word karmic. And some people I'm watching, you know, I've seen it on a numerology channel where I was watching this woman try to explain twin flames and karmics, but she was saying karmic soulmates. She's forgetting there's karmic people that you could have just been in a past life with. She missed the middle of the road. So it's twin flames, karmics, or past life people, but I still call them karmics because, you know, it's a past life lesson or whatever. And then there's the karmic soulmates. Some people are forgetting about that. They're just thinking, they're like over here saying a karmic is a karmic soulmate. No, it can be someone from your past life, you know?
Yeah.
And they're just like, I feel like people are just getting brainwashed by people, and it's sad, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of people taking advantage of these different spiritual concepts and people's desire to ascend, people's desire to heal and desire to find their twin flame. There's people who will prey on that and try to make money and take people's control, take control over someone through that.
I feel it's being higher led, I think, now, because the Illuminati, the dark energies, are knowing that this ascension is happening. They're trying to stop it any way that they can. So now they're throwing celebrities out there like Machine Gun Kelly and Megan Fox. And they're using it now, you know what I mean? Because think about it, you know, people are hearing the word twin flame now because celebrities are talking about it. They were highly publicized about being twin flames. And now they're using that as a spin to make everybody want to, you know, like find this twin flame, but they're using it in a toxic way. They're not using it in the right way. And I feel that if they can't target people through twin flame, if they can't target you that way, then they're going to try and target you with the COVID shot. They're out here with, you know, trying to target people with addictions. And in New York, we have the fentanyl epidemic. If anyone does drugs here, it could be weed, whatever. Drugs are being laced with fentanyl and people are dying. So they're trying to just get rid of people, you know, is what's happening. In a sense. I know it sounds harsh. But it's harsh out here, man. It's like, I wish I wasn't in the US anymore in a way, because it's just, in the states that are being targeted is New York and California. Those are the two states that are being targeted right now, that I feel like in the US. Sorry, I went off the boat as usual.
It's interesting. There's like a strong spiritual warfare at the moment. There's a lot of negative energy within the spiritual community, and we're trying to navigate around this negative energy and these false energies, negative energies that are trying to take us off our path. So it is a tough place out here at the moment.
It really is, Sarah. It's everywhere now. I can't even go into a grocery store without seeing, and you can't walk in the aisles without packages of beer. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, cases of beer are everywhere, so far into like stores that I go to, like Hannaford, different grocery stores. There's beer everywhere, alcohol. It's like they just want to keep the vibration down. They want everyone to be addicted. Any kind of addictions that they can come up with, they want you addicted to. You know what I mean? They want you attached, addicted, and they want you blinded to what's going on. You know, they don't want us to ascend. And it's sad because it's like, I just feel like everywhere I go now, I feel like these forces are just trying to do what they can to keep the energies down, you know?
Yeah, there's a lot of things that have been manipulated, and spiritual concepts, and there's these false leaders, there's these false spiritual leaders as well that are trying to lead people down a negative path. So it is important to use your discernment, use your intuition. Don't follow what other people are saying online. Don't make people feel that you've got to be dependent on them in order to ascend and to evolve spiritually.
Yeah, like they're trying to say, well, if you do, the one thing I hate the most is when they say, like, drink this and you'll be better. It's almost like, you know, Alice in Wonderland, you know, drink this and you'll get bigger, drink this. And that's another thing. It's something called Ayuheza or something. They're, in the spiritual community, they say if you drink this magical juice, you're going to be enlightened. Okay, there's nothing that's going to make you from 0 to 100. And if it does, that is dangerous. To go from 0 to 100, you don't want to just magically snap your fingers and be enlightened or drink something like that. Because sensitive people, if you're sensitive, there's a lot of repercussions to tapping into something like that. Because those things like Ayuheza, that is like DMT. Those are mind altering things where you can have hallucinations, because you can tap into other things, other dimensions that you may not be prepared, or you may not supposed to be looking into that. And that comes with other entities. You know, it could be things that you don't want to see. You could be seeing something. I've heard people take that stuff and they're seeing like something on another planet that was like a dark entity, and that's scary. And then you could have a nervous breakdown. So these communities and stuff are these people trying to say, to get awake, you have to drink this magical juice, and you don't have to magically take anything. It is a course. It's a process, you know, just like with the tarot cards, it's the hero's journey. You're following this journey. There's no shortcuts. You have to put the work in. My spirit guide, Sarah's probably going to laugh about it, says it to me all the time. There's no shortcut I can take. and I've never wanted to drink the juice or anything like that. But yeah, there's been times where I wanted to take a shortcut, where I wanted to pay someone to magically, you know, do some healing work on me and take away my woes, you know, like magically take it out. But yeah, don't drink the juice or buy into that stuff, into these shortcuts that you're just going to magically ascend overnight, because it's the work you do. It's putting in the effort and the time on this journey. You know, you have to do it yourself, and there's no one to do it for you, because that's another problem I had in the past with my own journey. I always wanted someone to come in and save me. I want to be saved. That was my inner child crying for someone to protect me, because I was never protected. I had no one to protect me as a child. You know, when things happened to me, there was no one to save me. And that little girl inside of me was looking for that all these years. Come and save me. And I had to learn to save myself and to be my own protector. And that's the thing we have to learn. There's nothing that's going to come in, or no one that's going to come in to save us. We have to do the work and save ourselves, or you're going to remain attached. And when you're attached to things, or you're codependent and attached to people, it's harder to ascend. It's harder to do that inner healing, you know, because when you're attached to things and people, you're picking up their vibrations, their energy, and it just basically makes you stuck, you know. Can you hear my cat snoring? Can you hear Klaus? He wanted to be a part of the podcast today, but he fell asleep. Sorry, are we boring you, Klaus? I'm sorry. Did you hear him snore though?
Yeah, I could hear something.
It kind of stopped me for a minute. He was snoring so loud.
He likes playing a part to the podcast.
He was thinking he would be a part of it today, but he got tired.
He's too tired to say anything today.
Yeah, he couldn't. He didn't really want to talk about these energies. I think it's upsetting him, actually. He's you know, when these energies come by, if there's like a negative energy by my door, or like a person walking by that he doesn't like, the cats will cry. They notice it now. the cats, well, they've always been attuned to stuff, but more so now, it's like I'm getting a lot of warnings from the cats, and I think they're putting a lot of work in. That's why he's so tired. He's been hard at work. He's been hard at this to keep me safe. But it really is, like you said, it's a warfare right now, you know?
Yeah. So we've got the new year approaching, and we can work with these current energies now to help us to manifest what we want in our lives. And different manifestation techniques can work for different people. It can work in different ways. So so if you're a visual person, you may want to use visualizations. If you do meditations, you visualize what you want. But it's important that you feel worthy of it, that you can see it happening, that you believe that it's possible for you, because a lot of people struggle with manifestation because of the feeling of unworthiness. They feel like they're not worthy of it, and so this can cause a block with them manifesting what they want. If you are someone that prefers words, you may want to manifest using words. You may want to write down a script, write down what you want to manifest, describe what you want in your life, or you may want to write affirmations. Some people they'll write a sentence where they're describing what they want to bring into their life, and they may want to write this several times every day, and as they're writing it each day, it's helping them to feel more real to them. So they may want to say something like, I am manifesting a new home, and I'm happy in this home, I love this home, this is my dream home. And they may write this down every day. You may want to write it, 3 is a very spiritual number, so you may want to write it 3 times each day in your journal, and doing it every day is consistent in your mind, and over time you're starting to feel like this is achievable, this is possible, and it will help you with manifesting. So as you go into the new year, you might want to write a list like this of things that you want to manifest during 2024, and you can keep doing this every day, or you can keep doing your visualizations every day to help you to bring this into reality.
Exactly. Yeah, there's manifestation videos you can watch if you're a visual person. I like doing like little, I don't know what you want to call them, rituals or spells or whatever too. I love candles. By lighting a candle is a very high intention. Whenever you light a candle, you are able to, I feel you're able to tap in, better sometimes when you light a candle. So I like doing candle work sometimes for manifestations or visualizations. Like Sarah said, writing everything down. I love journaling and writing down what I want as well. While you're manifesting too, you want to clear out the blockages you have, because if you do have any work that needs to be done or healed, you have to feel in your power. You have to feel confident that you can manifest it. So you want to make sure you're doing the healing work as well. So you want to make sure that you're on your journey, you're healing, and you're addressing any issues or getting rid of any blockages as well. So that way you can manifest. But in order to manifest, you want to make sure you're grounded. So always start, whenever you're going to manifest anything, make sure you're grounded and you're protecting your energy and yourself while you're doing this work, so you can feel comfortable and relaxed. That's the easiest way to manifest anything, is to be grounded, protected, and feeling safe, and then relaxed. And that's how you manifest. You have to be in line with the present moment as well. You have to make sure that you're in this present moment, because that's the powerful moment of manifestation.
Yeah, that's true. Being present, it helps us to feel more gratitude for what we have around us. Because if we're thinking too much about the past, we can get caught up in the past. If we're thinking too much about the future, we can become too anxious, and we get this feeling of lack. So I feel like it's important. So as Kelly says, it's important for us to stay in the present, and to feel that, to already feel like what we want to manifest is already in our lives or coming into our lives. Because if we talk about in a future sense, we say this is, I'm going to have this one day, then it feels more separate from us.
Exactly. Just like when I was manifesting on 11/11, I was envisioning me going through a door, like I really was going through a portal. And I was picturing what I was leaving behind, and I was picturing a door. And on the other side of that door was my new reality. So I'm not only manifesting certain things, I'm manifesting a whole new reality and a whole new life. And once I went through that door, on the other side was everything I wanted, you know? And I made sure I envisioned it, everything, butterflies, utopia. You know, I might have been in another, man, I might be manifesting myself back to Lemuria or Atlantis or something. I don't really care at this point. I don't care where I go. I just want it peaceful. I was seeing everything. I made it detailed colors. I saw butterflies and flowers and this gorgeous garden, and I made it so colorful and lively and beautiful. It was happy, all the things that made me happy, and I made it detailed as possible too, you know, right down to the details that I wanted, you know?
Yeah. Including more detail in the manifestation does help it become more real, because it feels more real to us. If we're able to describe in detail, then it brings it to life more.
Yeah, that's true. And it feels good too. Like when you're looking at that new life, when you take the time out to do that, to do the manifestation work, it just feels really good when you're picturing like the life that you want. And then in a sense, you start living it. So in a way, you know, I want to move right now. And it's funny you mentioned houses. I want a house. So I look at houses, and I also want to leave this area. So I'm looking at things. I'm getting rid of things, because that's the biggest thing. You get rid of your clutter. And when you want to make a move, it's like you're, you know, getting my suitcase ready. I'm like preparing things. It's like you're showing the universe, hey, I'm ready. I'm letting go of things that I don't need. I'm getting rid of the clutter, and I'm making room for this new life. And I want to move. I want a new start in life, and I'm getting rid of, you know, the things that I no longer want, you know, and it's like I'm preparing these things, and I look at things. I'm like, oh, this house looks nice, or this place looks nice. And it helps me get a better idea of what kind of house do I want? What am I going to make it look like? You know, what's it going to feel like in that moment? You know?
Yeah.
And then the other thing that I was going to do today, actually, because I love candle work so much, a new part of my manifestation, I felt like getting a green candle for money, you know, and that was my new thing to manifest more abundance.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah.
Because green candles are abundant. You can have white candles for protection. I think it's red candles for love, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm staying away from that. I've had enough of that for a while. No. I was thinking more of the main candles I want to get right now is like green, and I wanted a black one because black wards off negative. Black is super strong for like getting rid of negativity and getting and removing toxic things. So that, I'll tell you, Sarah, the last time I burned a black candle, it works good. And it's like you have to do it every so often. When you feel chaotic energy and negativity around you again, buy a black candle. It's so powerful. It really is. That I just saw another video on it that I showed you before this, and that's what she was mentioning, getting out the black candle, you know, and vinegar and some black pepper, and simply lighting the black candle, wiping it with some vinegar and sprinkling the black pepper over it and saying your intentions to get rid of these energies. That is like, there's some powerful stuff out there to help you. And real quick, I want to mention the new course I'm taking, that Heart-Centered Reiki, has symbols in it and stuff. And there's a symbol for each aspect that you want to do. If there's something you want to remove in your life, obstacles, there's grounding symbols, there's past life symbols. It's very interesting. It's a very interesting course that I'm taking right now.
Sounds really good.
Yeah. Like you said, on the ascension process, sometimes we feel guided to take more courses to learn, new things. And I like doing that, You do too. You take a lot of courses.
It is, these courses, they can help us to heal and helps learn more about a spiritual journey. And if you've got a teacher who's overly controlling, someone who it will let you go to other teachers, then you know that's probably a cult energy there. So, but your intuition will guide you to the right teachers, because there are lots of loving, supportive teachers. So use your intuition when you are choosing the right teacher for your spiritual journey. You'll get a good feeling when you connect with the right person, because you can get these negative people who are just out for money and to control. You'll feel it. You won't feel good connecting with them.
You know what I was going to say is, when I learned, that one course, I'm not going to throw it because I don't want to say it if I say the certain course, but there was a course I took in the past, and you and I talked about it.
Yeah.
And the thing is, the teacher was knowledgeable, and at first I felt good, but the thing is the teacher kept pushing more courses in a short frame of time, which wasn't possible. And I kept having these ascension symptoms and awakenings. And I was awakening, and the ascendant symptoms were happening too fast and too frequent. And it wasn't natural to take those courses, as many as I was doing. And she kept wanting me to do more. And it was actually I was getting really sick for a while there. And I'm like, even though it felt good at the beginning, the teacher was a healer. The person was a healer and everything. There was nothing wrong with the healing abilities, but no one should be telling you've got to do this and that. And,
it just seemed strange to me at the time that she was pushing you to do, because with Reiki classes, they are very intense, and there's a lot of there's a focus on your own healing. At the start, you're learning to heal yourself as well as healing other people, and so there's a big clear out. You may feel physical and also emotional and spiritual symptoms, and it does take time to adjust to that. And if a teacher's pushing you to do these all together, to keep doing these courses, then that's not a good sign, because you need time to release these emotions, to heal, to let it integrate. And if they're pushing you to keep taking more courses, then they're all about the money.
Exactly.
Your journey.
And the problem is, like, I think what was happening too is, like, I can get addicted to taking courses because I'm all about learning, and I always have. Like, I'm like addicted. I could literally just have my job be taking courses for the rest of my life, and I'd be fine with it. Like that, especially the spiritual ones I'm most interested in,
I think that's your Capricorn energy.
It's always trying to achieve something, and it's like very addicting for me. It's like, come on, you got to do more, and it's always pushing me, and that was the biggest problem, because I kept telling that teacher, well, after I take this course, I'm going to take that one and that one, and I was naming like 5 or 6 courses I was interested that she had. And the problem was, she was wanting me to take them all too soon, because I'm like, well, how long should you wait? And the teacher was just like, well, you can do it again next week or two weeks. She was saying 2 weeks will be fine. And I was crashing hard. Remember, I was like sick at one point for like at least a week, and it was, pushing me too fast to ascend.
It was really intense, because a good Reiki teacher should be saying months rather than weeks. They should be saying like at least a few months. Usually they say 6 months in between each level of Reiki. It's usually around 6 months is the best, but when they push you to do it within weeks after each other, that's a bad sign.
And it's, the sad thing is it was the most amazing courses, like, you know what I mean? Like the healings and the teachings, that person could have been so powerful. You know what I mean? Like the amount of knowledge and courses that this teacher had was amazing, and that energy and everything was amazing. But it's the way it was being worked with, it was like telling me to just, because I was interested in all these courses, and the teacher's like, yeah, you can keep taking them like that. And I was heading on a road. Thank God I reached out to you, because I was heading on a path of destruction. Spirit was like working double time to like help me, because I was getting sick. I'm like, what is that? I was throwing up. Because I had severe, like, normal ascension symptoms. You're going to have a cold. You're going to feel flu-like symptoms and stuff. I was throwing up. I was purging. I had flu-like symptoms. I was sweating. You name it. I had like everything going on with me at once. And it was a lot to process. I had to wait a long time. I literally, to take this new course, I had to wait, 6-7 months, I think, to take another course. 6 months, something like that it had to be, just to feel normal again, somewhat normal. I don't know if I'll ever really feel normal. But just to feel better again, I had to wait. Sorry, I spun off topic again. I have the Bible. I always have like a Bible out here on my couch. Klaus just kicked it off the couch. What does that mean?
That's strange.
What does that mean? He kicked it off the couch and then took off.
With Klaus, there's always a message with Klaus.
There's a hidden. You know what I'm getting right now?
Yeah.
You know what came to me? His message was he came here to shake things up and stir things up in the world. Kind of like the rebel angels, you know what I mean? Like to make you think. The way to make you awaken was to like kick the authority, or like to shake things up,
Yeah, I just got a message as well about that. He was trying to tell us that our spiritual journey, it ultimately comes from us, not from other people. We don't need to look outside ourselves. We can take guidance, and we can take guidance from other people. We can learn from other people, but it's got to come from us and not be dictated to us from others.
I love that. Wow, that was well said. That makes sense. No, that was well said. Yeah, we can learn a lot. We can learn a lot from Klaus. We should really.
It's cat.
He just kicked the Bible and ran out of here.
He's a rebel.
You know who he reminds me of?
What's that?
My favorite person that I always talk about, Jim Morrison.
Jim.
Isn't he? When you think of a rebel angel, a rebel, spiritual guide, like, wouldn't you? That's who you think of, right?
Yeah.
The rebel angel. He came here to shake things up, to make us awaken.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
That's another whole topic for another episode, on how he did when he did come here, though. He had songs that said awake. That's all he did, was try to awaken us,
Yeah. We could have an episode soon on Jim Morrison where we can channel his messages.
Yeah, because it's almost his birthday soon, and he has messages for us in regards to the shift in reality in the new world.
Thank you for listening to our podcast, Mystic Sisters. We'll be back again next week with another episode.